Hey everybody, how's it going? Sorry for the delay on episode 5, part 2. This video is extremely long, so hopefully YouTube will go ahead and process it up and not tell me it's too long. Um, so we got a lot of things going on today. We're going to continue talking about the building structures and some of the history. We're going to be soldering some track. We're going to be making some railroad grade crossings with popsicle sticks and with drywall. And also show you some pavement markings, and there's one little added bonus, so watch it all through and you'll be able to see what I was talking about. Also, I want to say thank you to any new subscribers and any new viewers. Appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. And I want to give a shout out to William Stewart 4620. Thank you very much for that comment. Appreciate that. So hopefully this will help you out with what you had to ask me. Anyway, like I said, lots to do. So let's stop jabbering and get out there and get going to it. As for the church, I don't remember who made it. The inside, it didn't have any stained glass. So what I did was I used this. So this is some stuff that I found at Lowe's. You can put it on like your windows to kind of give it that stained glass look. So I used this. I just cut it down to size, and I will show you how it looks. Okay, it's kind of hard to see right now because the whole building wants to light up, so I have to darken up the inside. But off here to the left, you can kind of sort of see the stained glass. Let me turn the brush around, and the back actually shows up better. Okay, it's a little bright with the 2 in the middle, but if you look off here to the right, you can see the stained glass effect. Now these trees here, I have to kind of fix them up a little bit. What I used the last time that I got them onto the branches was just spray adhesive, not the same stuff that I used when I was putting down the cork. This stuff is from Elmer's. It doesn't have a smell like that Krylon did. I do have to fix that up now. From past experience, to make the trees kind of fluffy again, nothing more than hairspray, which I also have to buy. Trees, I use this material. I believe it's called lichen. Not real sure how to pronounce the name, but it's from Woodland Scenics. Also, so are the tree trunks, as well as the bases. As for this little house, I'm not sure who made that either, so I can't give you a whole lot of details on that. But the sidewalk was also scratch built. Now this house, once again, I'm not sure who made that, but this one and this one are both laser kits, and I believe I found both of them on eBay. I'm also not sure who made this house. This looks like it's under construction. The porta potty, I found that on eBay. Can't remember the name of the company. The same holds true with both of these pickups, and they're both from different companies. We're going to go ahead and do some soldering on all the rails, so that way they're nice and tight. So I'm going to start here. I'm not going to do this one because I'm going to do something different over here a little bit. So we're going to start on this one right here, and then we're going to work our way all the way around to this one. Now this is my first time using this flux. I've seen that it works really well, so we'll see. Hopefully the soldering iron is hot enough. out so far. Not too bad. So I did it right here. I'm going to go ahead and continue on. Okay, so we got that all finished up. Let's do a training and see if it's going to run or if there's going to be any problems. Okay, looks great. Okay, now that I've got this soldered and track's somewhat working, I'm having some issues, but nothing major. I think it just needs to be cleaned. I'm gonna go ahead and put this drywall for the crossings. If I can get it open. Alright, so because this sits up so high and the road is so low, you need to just work it in. So we're gonna put some on there. There's a smaller one here. See how it comes nice and level across there? And then we're going to do something for the center here and here. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a little bit. Um, So I got all of it finished. This, and over there. Just waiting on it to dry. Okay, this is finally dry. So now we're going to go ahead and use this sanding block and sand it down a little bit. Don't want to sand it down too much. Just trying to get that smooth, gradual transition. All right, so I got this popsicle stick. You can get these at Walmart, crafts area. So I'm going to put this in the center, and I need to do some readjusting here, but just temporarily. And I'm going to take these two pieces of poster board stuff, and let's see how the transition is. Oh yeah, we're good on that one. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. Very cool, very cool, very cool. So I'm gonna I'm gonna have to fill in here a little bit, but it's okay. Now see this one, because I used a rail joiner, I don't really have to do anything with the center. I mean, I probably might over here, because the traffic is going to be right over here, but I think this side's going to be okay. Cool. Yeah, I might have to do something right there. We'll see. Awesome. Okay, last one. Cool. Okay. Okay, so for this building and this building right here, I needed to try to elevate them a little bit. So what I did was I put some cardboard down right here, the corrugated cardboard, and then that's just going to set on there like that. And it gives it just a slight angle, but not too bad. So hopefully when I put the building on, the building won't look lopsided. I guess we'll have to see on that. And then I put this drywall stuff paste down. So that way it would, because I could see like a gap right here. There was one over here. So I have to do that, but I'm just waiting on this to dry. Earlier, I went ahead and I put the sidewalk right here, and that turned out nice. So I'm waiting on that to dry. And I am also working on over by the gas station. I put some paste over there. I'm letting that dry. And then I'm going to work on the other two areas. This right here, I think I'm going to take this off and I'm going to use the corrugated cardboard, because with the house sitting on here and the road being so close, there's actually no driveway and they got really no place to park. And I know it's only model railroading, but if you want to be realistic, you got to be realistic. So I think I'm going to do that with that. Not sure right now. We'll see. So this is already dry. I was waiting on that to dry, and then over here is still wet, and right over here is still wet. Filled it in a little bit right here, still waiting on that to dry, still waiting on this to dry, and then you see that gap right there. So on this one, I tried to lean the building like I did over there on the other one, but the top of the roofs were hitting. So what I did was I just put two pieces of corrugated cardboard, stacked them on top of one another like that. So there's two here, and then there's two here. Put those there like that, and then when that dries a little bit more, I'll go ahead and I'll fill that in. And then over here, waiting on this to dry. Here I've already got the white paper down. What I'm doing now is I'm bringing the sidewalk up so that is past the street level, and that's drying right now, so that's what those cans are sitting there for. And then I got to do this side over here, as well as all the rest of it. You recall earlier on when I was doing that little test, I used these popsicle sticks. Like I said, I got them from Walmart. So now you see I got my roadways in, I got my lines painted, been quite busy here. Okay, so for these, so that the cars can cross easily without a problem, I've already pre-cut these popsicle sticks down, and I tried using some model glue. That didn't work because I did the rest of them already. I was saving this one for you guys. So I tried some Elmer's glue. That didn't work. So what I ended up doing is I used super glue. Now I actually ran out of the super glue, so I had my son go over to Wally World, Walmart, and pick up some more super glue. Unfortunately, he got the gel kind, so I'm having to I'm having to use a 16 penny nail to put it onto the wood because this stuff is like super solid. Okay, so anyway, And once I get done with this, I'm going to bring you guys in for a closer look. And just like always with super glue, you know, it likes to stick to your fingers, so be cautious of that. Okay, set that down for a minute. And once this sets, this sets. So once you work with it, that's it. So that piece is going to go there. And then this piece is going to go here. Okay. And you got to make sure you're in the center of the track, so that way when you run your trains, it doesn't make the trains jump. I would like to show you with the trains, but because of all of the plaster and the paint, there's a lot of stuff on this track right now. So I need to go through and clean that before I can run my trains. See what I mean? It's already adhering. It's like instantly. Sticking to my fingers too. So, you know, this is kind of a budget way of doing it, I guess. I know that the drywall can get a little expensive, and so can the super glue. But, I mean, you know, you probably spend twice the amount if you get one of them tracks that, like I have over there, which is like the re-railer. Now, I do have some re-railer straight pieces, but obviously that doesn't work on a curve. Set, don't set, don't set, don't set, don't set. Yeah, see, I gotta put a little bit more on that one. And if you've never worked with super glue before, it is an eye irritant. I can actually feel it stinging my eyes right now. Okay, I'm gonna bring you in for a closer look, and that way you can see that. Sometimes it doesn't quite match up, but as long as the train can pass in between, that's all that really matters. All right, let's put that lid back on this. Okay, so that's what that looks like once I've done it. I've already done on some other ones. This one over here to my left hasn't been painted yet, but I'm going to take you over on the other side of the board and show you the ones that have been painted. And also while I'm at it, you see this right here? I'm going to show you how I did that. Okay, so there's one that's been painted up. So it turned out pretty good, actually. All right, now for that railroad crossing pavement marking. Okay, just before I show you that, I want to let you know that when I was cutting these popsicle sticks, the X-Acto knife does not work. You end up breaking blades. But I don't remember where I got this at, but it's like a little saw blade. And this is just the regular X-Acto knife holder. But I got this little saw blade, and this thing is great for that. It does kind of leave the edges a little bit rough, but it is what it is. Anyway, okay. So for the railroad crossing ones, the way I did that with the pavement markings is on my computer, I printed all of these out like this. That way I had plenty. And then I cut a square out, and I'm going to take some Elmer's glue, and I'm going to go ahead and tack that in. So let's go ahead and do that first. Do this one right here. And then I'll pull you in for a closer look on that. And then also the same with, I did some stop pavement markings too. I'll show you those. Sorry about the outside noise. Hopefully that's not a copyright issue. All right. Flip it over. My toothpick is stuck. So put a little bit of glue down here on the pavement, so to speak. A little bit more. And I just take my X-Acto knife because it's paper, and I use the tip of the X-Acto knife, just kind of pick it up like so, and then we'll just put it right in place, just like that. So you got a few minutes to work with it, unlike the super glue. And there we go. Okay. Now, it's a little bit too long when I printed it out. Some of the X's are fine, others not so much. Okay, there we go. Now for the second one. This to me is a lot easier than trying to write the letter R with that white pen that I showed you on the last episode. And while I'm talking about that, a lot of the problems I had on the last one was the pens that I were using were extremely old. So that's why they were making such a mess. I went to Walmart and I ended up getting some new pens. And just to kind of give you a heads up, I did not know this on the last video, so I'm going to tell you now. Uh, the tips of these pens have a fine, a medium, and a large. So just be aware of that. I did not know that when I got back here, and both the white and the yellow, they were a medium tip, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so there's that, and that's how that looks. Now, before I take you over there and show you the stop pavement markings, did I show you on the paper? If not, there it is again. Now, these are a little bit bigger, so I've had to cut them down just a little bit right here and here. Roadway. I mean, it's a little bit of a lighter shade than the pavement. I tried to color match it as best as possible, but oh well. Railroad grade crossings, and it does actually work really smooth. Drunk driver. All right, folks, I'm about to wrap this up. Just a real quick note. Remember last episode when I was showing the black light with the gas station, and I said that the pipe, yeah, I said that the pumps lit up. So what I was actually referring to was the light right here, even though it actually does not work. So with the black light, it portrays that that is actually working, so it would light up these pumps. And with that being said, I have a little bonus for you. So this is a parking structure that's actually going to go over on that other area by where you see the coffee cup off behind the parking structure. Um, and I'm going to get into more details about that later. But what I really wanted to show you was because of what I was talking about over there at the gas station. So turn on a black light, because what I did here and here was I used white paint first, and then I used a fluorescent or neon blue. So if you turn on a black light, see how it looks like it's lit up? Kind of cool, huh? Also, if you have some street lamps and you want to, like your basic package street lamps, put a little bit of white and yellow paint on there. No, it's upside down. Voila. Now your street lights are lit. All right, folks. Now I'm going to conclude this right here on this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I had just as much fun making it for you. If you guys really like this stuff, then please hit that like, that subscribe button, and that share button. Thank you, and we'll talk to you later.